The Surviving Spouse and Beneficiary Program is a very powerful program that is included in the offering that Bankers has given to its policyholders. This is a program that allows someone who has experienced the death of either a spouse or someone that they have standing in the estate, and for purposes of this we're going to use the spouse. When you have a spouse who is deceased, very often we find that perhaps one member of the couple took care of the financial obligations and took care of most of the credit obligations. And we'll very often find that the surviving spouse may be not aware of some of the things that are going on in the financial situation of the couple. What this program does is a few things. The first thing it does is it reviews the deceased credit file for any instances of fraud. If there's fraud, we clear the fraud. The next thing we do is we look for credit that can be shared with the surviving spouse, and we move that credit over to the surviving spouse. We're also looking for embedded death benefits that we can activate on behalf of the surviving spouse. After we have done those things, then we suppress the credit file so that that credit file can no longer be used by anyone, and that keeps any additional fraud from happening. We always say you don't necessarily have to be alive in order to have fraud inflicted upon you, and very often we see people who will watch the obituary notices and so forth, and they look for recently deceased people, and if the credit file hasn't been suppressed, that file can be used to obtain goods, service, credit, and financial gain. The other thing that this does is we find very often that people may not use an attorney to settle an estate. So what we can do is go through, we give a very clear picture of exactly what the financial and the credit situation is to the surviving spouse, and then we look at their jurisdiction. And we can help that person do all of the filings, we can help them file the forms, do all of the necessary steps that are required to settle the estate in their particular jurisdiction. It's a very effective program at a very stressful time, and it gives the survivor a very good look at their financial and credit picture. It protects the credit files and the viability of the survivor, and it is a wonderful program in a time of great stress.